Timetable of class. To open the timetable of class, click on the Timetable of Class button and select the class to work with. The description of the individual elements on the screen and the general principles of working with the timetable are described in the Timetable window chapter. We can work with the timetable in different modes that we select in the Tools panel. Now let's discuss the different modes of work. The viewing mode is used to view the timetable without the possibility to edit. We can click on the individual lessons and see the detailed information for all groups in the info window. The Transfer and Add Lesson mode. In the timetable or between unscheduled lessons, we select a ticket that we want to move. After marking, the color of each field changes. The white color indicates the option to schedule within the field without any problems. Collisions when scheduled in the field are indicated by a shade of brown color. The light shade indicates less serious collisions. For example, that the class or the teacher's timetable scheme is set up as not recommended to schedule. On the contrary, dark shades mean the necessity to take out the complicated lesson created by joining more classes. When moving the cursor on the brown-colored lessons, the collision list appears in the info window. Move the selected ticket by clicking on the desired timetable field. If the selected field is white, the transfer is done without any problems. Otherwise, we'll see an info window with a summary of what lessons are to be taken out if the class or teacher does not have a lunch break, and so on. If we schedule more identical lessons, the program after scheduling the first lesson automatically displays the situation for scheduling the next lesson. Scheduling can be stopped using the right button or clicking the selected ticket. With multiple lesson blocks, we schedule the first lesson, scheduling others follows immediately. If we want to replace the scheduled lesson, in the Tools panel, we select the Change Lesson mode. We select the lesson for which we want to make the change. Depending on the settings in the Groups panel, we can either change all the groups in the given lesson or just one group that we clicked on. As with the transfer, here we can also see at first glance which lesson it is possible to make the change without collision with and with which it is not. If we change only one group, the coloring is done for each group and for the whole block. For example, with that lesson we can change the group for group, but we cannot change the group for the whole block. This option is displayed with a white strip next to the group. To do this, click the selected location. We can remove the scheduled lessons. In the Tools panel, select the Remove Lesson button and select the lesson to remove. Again, depending on the settings in the Groups panel, we can remove either one group or the whole block. If we want to remove more lessons within several classes, we will use the Remove Lesson from the bulk actions in the Timetable group. Assign classroom. Each lesson should be assigned a classroom. This happens at the moment of scheduling or in the special classroom assigning mode. If we want to assign a classroom to the lesson, in the Tools panel, click the Assign Classroom from Selection button. If we've set up Color Depending on Situation option, the tickets are colored with the color of the assigned room. If the lesson is without a room, the ticket remains white. After selecting the lesson, classrooms appear on the right. Depending on the setting in the scheduling configuration, the classroom offer is sorted according to the appropriateness for the given lesson. First, free classrooms are shown, followed by classrooms occupied. The I symbol in the record indicates insufficient room capacity. In the info window, we can see classroom and teacher placements in the neighbouring lessons to prevent inappropriate moving classes or teachers. Assign the classroom to the selected lessons by double-clicking the mouse. We can also choose the occupied classroom. The placement in the original lesson will be cancelled. In case of more groups, we can move between groups by using the arrows. If we do not want to assign the classroom manually, we'll choose the Assign Classroom Automatically mode. In this mode, we only click on the white lessons and the program automatically selects for them the most suitable empty classroom according to the criteria. Pinning Lessons mode. If we want to prevent further changes and transfers of a particular set of scheduled lessons, we can pin them. The program then alerts us to any attempt to change such a lesson. Activate pinning by clicking Pin Lesson in the Tools panel. To do that, click on that lesson or drag the mouse over the whole set of lessons. Similarly, we can cancel pinning by Cancel Lesson Pinning mode. If we want to pin more lessons within several classes, such as all scheduled physical education lessons, we use Pinning Lessons from Bulk Actions in Timetable. Blocking Lessons. In the Configuration folder, we have the option to define the types of blocking that can now be scheduled. We select the Block Lesson mode. On the right, we'll see the predefined types, one of which we choose. Drag the mouse over the relevant lessons to schedule that. If we want to block a lesson in the even week only, choose in the panel to view the cycles as list, schedule the blocking, and switch the view back. In the Timetable window, we can then see the information that blocking is scheduled in just one cycle. Cancel blocking in the same way by selecting Cancel Blocking option on the right. If we want to cancel blocking in more classes, we use Cancel Blocking in Bulk Actions in Timetable. Lesson Tags. In the Tools panel, select the Lesson Tags button. On the right, we select the desired tag from those we defined in Configuration. Drag the mouse over the relevant lessons to schedule that. If we want to set a tag for a particular group only, we change the settings in the Groups panel and select just the group. One lesson can have maximum of 5 tags. Cancel the tag in the same way by clicking Cancel Lesson Tags in the right part. To be well informed about how the intended change in the timetable is reflected in the schedule of other joined classes or teachers, it is appropriate to open Timetables Depending on Situation or Information Timetables.